to TikTok Live. Have fun interacting with your viewers in real time. Hosts must be 18 or older to go live. Viewers must be 18 or older to recharge and send gifts. Remember to create a safe viewing experience by following our community guidelines. What's up, Debs? We got Mel Bell. We got Absolute Zero Ackerman in the house. Mary and Self-Aware Mama Bear Diabolique from France. Hello. Miss Celine, Chuck 84 is in the house. Summer Toms is in the house. Revy Gunslinger, hello. Roz, Genevieve, Nikki. You're on time. Hey, me too. Captain Inappropriate. No more astronaut stories about me. Not today. Candy Thunder won't be here till later on, so, I guess she'll still be on chat, so, okay. Miss Elaine, we are just on TikTok today. We are. You know what that means? We're going to have some fun with goals. It's going to be a good time. I'm still finding pieces of confetti from the last time, but we're going to start it all over again. We're starting it all over. Rebecca, Mary, Self-Aware Mama Bear, thank you so much for sharing the live. Guys, if first thing you do when you get in here is share the live, that would be greatly appreciated. Mary, thank you for the heart. Me, my story. Thank you for the rose. Tony Spark, 10 feet away, sending lightning bolts already. Rebecca, thank you for the roses. Serenity, thank you for the pumpkin pie. And the rose, thank you so much. Tony Spark with lightning bolts again. Love only subscribe for month 4. Heck yeah. Glad you're still with us in the fam. I'm glad you're still with us here. Frankie J's mama, Carissa, thank you guys so much for the love. Cassandra, you as well. Thank you guys so much for sharing the live. Appreciate that so much. Very much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. Chuck with all those custom emotes. Check them out. Check them out. Dylan, thank you for the TikTok. Appreciate that. Ooh, it's Melissa shared the live as well. Jay Gilling, thank you so much for that. Steve saying hi. Hello, right back at you. Jeanette, heck yeah. Good to see you here. Frankie J's mama got the notification today. Yes. Gabby, finally got an early one. Heck yeah. Glad to have you here. Jill, thank you for the lightning bolts. Corinne, thank you for the rose. Chad, thank you for the rose. Appreciate that. Amanda Marie, thank you for the rose as well. I don't know what the rose. Appreciate that. Amanda Marie, thank you for the lightning bolt there too. Let me tell you right off the rip here. Well, I hit the music cue a little bit late. Let me tell you right off the rip. Because we're TikTok only today, we are doing the gift goals, and the first one that we have is we've got it set up for 1.5k lightning bolts. And when we hit that, Tony Spark is gonna come on camera and make an appearance. We don't know what he's gonna do when he's gonna appear. It says appearance on my sheet here, so he may magically appear. He may appear and do a jig. He may appear and do a 4-minute comedy bit routine. It's getting more complicated by the minute here. Getting more complicated. So that is our first goal. We've got a whole list of them to move through, all of which are pretty fun. One of them will unlock a cake story. We'll see how that goes. As a reminder, we are doing the sub only live at the end of this live. So we'll do 30 minutes with just the subs afterwards. If you are not a member of the Storm yet, you can do that a couple of different ways while you're watching TikTok live with the top middle star and the bottom left star. Also, you will see the heart next to my name there. Hit the heart, buy the Dusty Thunder name, and you can join our team. That is the TikTok promotion going on right now. A few quick notes. The Thunder and Spark podcast parts 1 and 2 will drop this Sunday. If you haven't already, follow Tony Spark and Candy Thunder on TikTok because they're going to be posting content on their accounts as well. It'll be different content, so be sure to look out for that. Candy Thunder is at Candy Thunder 1, and Tony Spark is at Tony Spark _. So if you haven't followed him yet, be sure that you go do that. Be sure to like and share the live, please. A lot of you have already shared. Greatly appreciated there. Our goal is to hit 300K likes by the end of the live. And our first gifting goal is that 1,500 lightning bolts, which we are at 736 of right now. You guys are just rocking through it already. And again, Tony Spark is planning on popping on and saying hi whenever we hit that 1.5K. Also, the podcast with Bree dropped this past Sunday. Parts 1 and 2 dropped there. We discovered that she and I, and Bree might show up here in the chat as well. We discovered that she and I are both long-winded. So whenever we're reviewing a story and talking about our feedback, we could just talk for hours about the possibilities and about all the potential paths and the different severity of assholishness that's going on in those stories. And one more note. No, not one more note. I've got like 8 more notes. But before I do that, let me do a little bit of catch up on the gifts here because you all have just rocked it out here. And I have a lot of catching up to do. Pam, Amanda, thank you so much for the lightning bolts. Pam, you as well. Stephanie, Luna, Kat, Serenity, Pam, Shaddy, thank you so much, Serenity, with the lightning bolts there. What are you trying to tell me? Oh, we're there. We're already there. We're already there. He's like, man. I just want to say it took longer to get Navy. It took longer. Oh man. Okay. Let me thank all of you who were a part of this real quick. Part of the 1.5K lightning bolt goal here. We've got Willow Queen. Thank you so much. Rune. Thank you. AK Mary. We've got Comics Space Ace. Thank you so much. Pam. We've got Gemma. We've got Michelle. Serenity's Turmoil. Jillos. Amanda Marie 5580. Elise Newman. We've got Ribes. We've got Baron Chris. We got Rome. Tony Spark, of course, contributed to his own appearance here, which is that's serendipitous. Serendipitous. Libradiana, Hazel, Shad, thank you so much. Kelsey, Avitas, we've got Holly Cook, we've got Twinkle Saz, we've got Ollie Bloat Vogel, we've got Carissa, we've got Flygirl603, Shadow, Katie, Corinne, and Mama Silver. Thank you guys so much. That is greatly appreciated. And now we will bring Tony Spark over to give you a little hello before we start diving into our next adventure. Come on, man. Live it up. You might as well throw the headphones on here.
I'm not going to be here that long.
I'm going to step out and drink some Jock coffee.
Hi, TikTok world. Thanks for all the lightning bolts. It's amazing how fast you guys do that on, it's insane. Yeah. I like your chat over here better.
Yeah, me too.
No. Melissa, there will never be another ranch ice cream challenge ever.
A Candy Thunder
and we do.
Emote?
We have a pretty sick logo, so I think we do. I agree with that. Hi everybody. Hazel, Navera. We win. Yeah. Oh goodness. What's the next one will be good. I think the next goal can unlock some cake. So I hope you guys are ready for that. I don't know if I've heard that you guys like cake for some reason, but it's probably the one thing that I've been the most wrong about in this entire TikTok.
While you're doing that,
ordeal.
Keep talking and I'll update the live goal here.
Oh, from England. You know, actually, I'm not sure what your name is, but the peace signs, reading a story may or may not be a goal later on, if we can get to it. So we'll see. We'll see if we make it that far. It still goes so fast. This chat. It's wild.
Let me type this in real quick.
I think it's your turn. I just popped in to say hello. Thank you for the lightning bolts. We've got some cool stuff coming up, and hopefully I can shoot some more confetti at Dusty because that's a lot of fun. So,
Tony was aiming for my face every time. I could see it, and I was staring down the barrel of those confetti cannons. Okay, the next one that we're rocking out here is 100 cakes. And that is the one that will unlock a cake story. So we just started that off. 100 cakes. We are rocking and rolling. Look, Hazel has already got one thrown on there. Oh, I think it was right after or right before that I started that goal. So it's not registering on there. Bummer. That's okay. I've lost my mouse. Let me try to get that back. Okay, so we're going to start that adventure here. A couple of other notes before we dive into the first story here. The normal TikTok posts that you see, please make sure that you are sharing those and engaging with those. You can do the reposts. You can stitch them. Whatever way gets that out in front of more people, we greatly appreciate, and we always love seeing your comments and engaging with you. Also, we're always adding new designs and merch options on DustyThunderSwag.com. There are a couple of new options on there, and I have some new designs that I'm working on right now, which are going to be awesome. We still have sticker packs available on the website, which is Dusty-Thunder.com as well. And a reminder, we will have that sub only live after the public live, and it will be Tony Spark and Candy Thunder on that too. You guys.
Might as well start with the story because they did it in 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you guys rock that out in 30 seconds. Let me thank all of you real quick. Rooney, Easily, Serenities, Mandy Craft, thank you so much. Hannah Burnett, thank you. Willow Queen, Holly Cook, AK Mary, Ann Imbracker, Mama Silver again. Shad, thank you so much. Cassie, Devil Dog, Lil P. We've got Fly Girl 603, Emma Lou Wilson, and Gray Eyed Misfit. I understand the gray eyes thing. Thank you guys so much for helping us hit that. That is greatly appreciated. Let me set up the next one right quick. And then you guys just unlocked the cake story. So I'll start with that cake story. We'll just go ahead and start with it. Keeping track of everything here is going to be a little bit different. It's gonna be a wee bit different. A wee bit different. That one is on the left side. Can I find it? This is the question. Can I find it? I thought it was going to be easy to find, and now the order of everything's all jacked up, Tony Spark. Since we looked at it earlier.
Well, I think it changes.
It changed. It changed. I had like clues for myself written in notes here. I'm like, okay, it's 4 rows down. It's on the left-hand side. And then as soon as we started the live, it all changed. It all changed. All right, we're going to do 100 confettis here for the confetti cannon. So we're going to go ahead and start that off with 100 confettis for the confetti cannon, but you guys already unlocked the cake story, so we're going to dive straight to the bottom of my notes, and we're going to rock that one out now. Holy cow. Holy cow. Okay, here's the bonus cake story that you guys unlocked right off the rip here, because y'all crazy in the best possible way. This is, am I the astronaut for threatening to move out after my sister ate the last piece of cake after I asked her not to? I, 24 female, live with my older sister, 27 female, in a small apartment. We generally get along well and share household responsibilities. We also share groceries and occasionally treat ourselves to some desserts or snacks. Last week, I bought a small cake for us to share. We each had a slice and there was one piece left. I mentioned that I wanted to save the last piece for a treat after work the following day. My sister agreed and I didn't think much of it. The next day, I came home from work looking forward to enjoying that last slice of cake. When I opened the fridge, I discovered that the cake was gone. I feel like I should play taps. When I opened the fridge, I discovered that the cake was gone. My sister admitted that she had eaten it, even though she knew I had called dibs on it. She said she had a moment of weakness and thought it wouldn't be a big deal. I got upset and accused her of being selfish and inconsiderate for eating the piece I had been looking forward to all day. She felt guilty and apologized, but I was still really hurt by her actions. My sister offered to buy another cake or any other dessert of my choice to make it up to me, but I told her it's not about the cake itself. It's about her not respecting my wishes and taking something that I had clearly claimed. This incident has made me reconsider living with my sister. I feel like our relationship is strained, and I'm thinking about moving out to have my own space and avoid any further conflicts. However, I'm aware that my sister can't afford the rent on her own, and if I move out, she'll likely have to move back in with our parents. My sister thinks I'm overreacting about a small issue and that it's just a piece of cake. She has already apologized and offered to replace it, but I still feel hurt and disrespected. So am I the asshole for considering moving out because my sister ate the last piece of cake I had been saving for myself, knowing she can't afford the rent on her own? Oh my. Oh my. Okay. So a couple of interesting points about this story that I think are important. OP bought the cake. However, if you buy something to share with someone, why on earth would you, how did she cut this into 3 pieces, by the way? I'm very confused. How do you cut a cake into 3 pieces? It sounds like that's what happened here. How is that even possible? I mean, you'd have to, instead of cutting all the way across, you would have to start in the middle and cut one and then intentionally cut 3 pieces. Normally, if you're cutting something up, you cut it in some kind of even number, right? Or you're cutting it up in a number that makes sense for the amount of people that are there. If it was indeed in 3 pieces, this was kind of an intentional, this mine kind of mo. Theo, thank you so much for joining the storm and becoming a member of the fam. Glad to have you, man. Glad to have you. This, I can tell you though, I feel like this is one of those cases where a sibling is probably more likely to trample boundaries than like a normal friend. Ashling became a member of the storm as well. Heck yeah. Glad to have you as a member of the fam too. Thank you so much. I think siblings are probably more likely to not respect boundaries because they're siblings. You know, they grew up together. They have that context. They're like, what are you going to do? But hopefully a friend would respect them more. It's not necessarily the case. Hopefully a stranger that you move in with would respect them more. That's not necessarily the case either, though. I think OP here is probably going to find that, you know, boundaries are something that is going to be a challenge no matter who you live with over time. So you create a boundary in the first place, and then you have to reinforce it. Moving out the first time that someone doesn't respect the boundary might be a bit rash. Now it was cake, so it's kind of like the worst possible boundary in our book here. But if this is the first occasion where her sister hadn't respected her boundaries, then it might be an overreaction. If it is not the first time and this was just the icing on the cake, then I get it. I completely get it. Because living with a sibling means that you're going to have to deal with more of that than you would have otherwise here. You guys are at 60 of 100 on the confetti already. My goodness. Y'all are just getting after it. Let's just let her buy a new cake. Just that makes sense. Laura, what's up? Good to see you. I am having a wonderful day. I hope you are as well. Sounds like there's an underlying issue that she is projecting. Beth says it's entirely possible. JLP, it's her sister. Definitely not the first time the boundary was crossed. That's a good point. That's a really good point. This is probably something that's been going on for a long, long, long time. Anna in Australia, good to see you. Jessica, today your baby is 13. Your baby is 13? Man, that's tough. That's tough as a parent. Your baby's a teen now. HBD to your 13-year-old baby. Let me do a little bit of catching up here. Amby. I combined Amber and Tony into one. Amber, Tony Spark, Jenny, America, thank you so much for the gifts there. Leanne, thank you as well. Appreciate that. Jenny with the cake as well. Stephanie, sending a few rounds of the confetti in. Serenity, you as well. Stephanie's getting after it there. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Very... Nikki, your kid's going to be 12 on Friday. Happy birthday to yours as well. Toba, she didn't kiss your boyfriend. Move on. So that is an important distinction here. Sister did offer to make it right. She offered to replace it with any dessert that she wanted. At least she has remorse, and at least she wants to make this right. You know, most people, if they trample a boundary like that, would just be like, it happened. But she immediately showed remorse and wanted to make it right. And at least you've got that. You may not have that if you move in with a friend or with a stranger or whatever. So that's a consideration that you have to make here. It really is. Amanda rocking the confetti out. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Heck yeah. Mel Bell with the confettis as well. Thank you so much. Aline says, I love your content. You inspired me to start Reddit content in Portuguese as well. Very cool. That is very, very cool. Carlita, I would give a final warning. If you disrespect me one more time, I'm moving out. That would make sense. And that would be a boundary reinforcement, right? That would be a, look, no, I am dead serious about this. Here's what's going to happen if you do this again, if you don't respect my boundaries. There's a local bakery here, Coley's Cookies, that has dirt cake cookies today. If they are, Jessie's over there shaking her head. She's like, don't do it. Huh? Oh, no. Well, dang. It's crumble. I thought it was Coley's. If it was Coley's, I'd be like, heck yeah, all over it. Crumble's a different story. I don't know what it is about crumble cookie, but every time I have a crumble cookie, I get sick like immediately. Not Coley's. They are tasty, though. My goodness, they make some rich cookies. Super rich. We are at 72 of 100 for the confetti, which will trigger a confetti cannon. Silver, thank you so much for sending that in. Sally, thank you as well. Nabs, Candy Thunder is in chat. Everybody throw up some lightning bolts for her there. Amanda with the confetti, thank you so much. Mel Bell, you as well. Lynn says, I have issues with one of my brothers. Used to take everything of mine, but I've never lived with him. Man, yeah, I'm telling you, like siblings would be, when it comes to boundaries, would be the hardest people to live with. And maybe that's it. Maybe this is just a culmination of a lifelong journey of boundary stomping. Candy thunder in the house. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get set up for our next story here. We have a whole collection of follower submissions today. The cake story that we just read was not a follower submission, but are the rest of them?
There's a mix.
Most of them are. Okay, so we may have some OPs in chat today. And if you are and want to claim your story, you absolutely go for it. This is a follower submission, and it is, am I the astronaut for blocking my mother because she's annoying? How many people would feel comfortable blocking their mother and under any circumstance? I feel like that would trigger some undesired consequences. Maybe it depends on how far away you physically are from your mom, like where you live. I didn't rate the last person. No, we got to go back down. So the specific question, jumping back to the cake story because I forgot to classify here. The specific question was, am I the asshole for considering moving out because my sister ate the last piece of cake I had been saving for myself, knowing she can't afford rent on her own? And I'm saying not the asshole here. I'm giving her an NTA. There are some other options available, but it kind of depends on if this is the latest in a long series of offenses, and if that's the case, 100% NTA. There are some other options that are available. Some people mentioned right now reinforcing the boundary and saying, if this happens again, I will be moving out. And at least then she has ample warning. I'm not saying you have to do that, though. We're going NTA on this because there are a variety of circumstances that could make it that way. A variety. Okay, now I'll jump back up here. Scrolling all the way back up my story document. Okay. Here we go. It was, am I the asshole for blocking my mother because she's annoying? About 7 years ago, my mom, 55, who I, 32, and my sisters do not have a good relationship with, moved to Alabama from Ohio. During her time away, she would randomly call or message us, expecting an immediate response, but because we're all busy with jobs and kids, we don't always get back to her right away. She would then get upset and start crying to whoever spoke with her first and guilt us into feeling bad for her. She's even gone on social media to complain about it. Well, last year, after some convincing myself, my husband and our 4 children decided to go to Alabama as the city we lived in became too dangerous. We moved in with my mom since she had offered it, and at first it was okay, but after only a month of being there, her drinking started to wear on me. Oh no, we'll red flag that. Especially the things she would say, like blaming me for her adult friends stealing from her when I was only 8 at the time. I tried to let it go to keep the peace, as I knew we would be there for a while, but before we could get a place of our own, and I wanted to keep our children happy. I've never said much about my mother's drinking and have always said that she's a grown-up, and if she wants to drink way too much, that's up to her. Well, last week when she was at her friend's house, she messaged me to let me know that my light was on in my car. I didn't respond because I was reading, didn't feel like talking, and just sent my oldest son to shut it off. She continued to call and message, but I knew she had been drinking and I just wasn't in the mood to talk. A quick call from her can turn into an hour of her rambling. I'm not a social person at all, and everyone in our family knows and accepts this about me. My oldest sister is my best friend, and I don't even reply to her sometimes. I don't like small talk and prefer to just be quiet and speak to others only if necessary. Sorry, struggled with that one. With the exception of my husband and kids. After the second phone call, I figured she would get the hint, but instead she sent me a long message about how I am the rudest person she's ever met and that I could just respond instead of always ignoring her. I told her that just because she messages me or feels like having a conversation doesn't mean I'm obligated to. I don't feel like anyone is owed my time, even if it's just a text back. That's a boundary I am very adamant and vocal about. I tried to be nice about her continuing to insult me over the text, as I knew she was drinking, but then yesterday she messaged me while I'm at the store, and when I didn't respond to her right away, she called me disrespectful and inherently rude and said I was making a conscious decision to be a bad person. Her comments and attitude and entitlement just pushed me over the edge, and I snapped on her, reminding her that we have never had a good relationship due to her actions, and that she just expected that I would pretend like we were close, that everyone, including all of my sisters, are tired of her constant messages and phone calls, that we have lives, and if we don't respond immediately, she can't get upset, and that her behavior is ridiculous and childish. Then I blocked her on everything. When I got home, I told my husband about it, but he said I was being too harsh and that I only have one mom and that I shouldn't be cold towards her. He knows the relationship I have with my mom and agrees that she can be annoying, but still insists I'm being the asshole. He's my husband, so of course I'm trying to see where he's coming from, and now I'm wondering if I went too far. So, am I the asshole? Goodness! Good gravy. Is OP in chat? Tony Spark, have you seen anything about OP in chat? I don't think I've seen anything there. Of course, I've been reading a story. Normally, there's at first glance, though, there's a ton of OP is in chat messages, though. Amber, thank you so much for the confetti and lightning bolts. Fane, thank you so much for the cake. Appreciate that. Allison, thank you for the confetti. Nadine, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate that. Stephanie sent in a whole slew of confetti through there as well. Deet Amanda, thank you so much for the heart me. Uncle Johnny with the heart me too. Deet Amanda with more confetti, and Stephanie with more confetti there as well. Christy, thank you so much for the confetti. Lauren with the 28 lightning bolts, thank you so much. And Christy, thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. Emma Lou is up there as well. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. We've got a bunch of NTAs here. Here's the kicker, though. Here's the kicker. Lisa resubbing to stay a member of the Storm. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. OP lives with mom. And this has to be a consideration here. I don't think that she's the asshole for blocking her, because this behavior is going to spiral out of control. And this is a boundary that she has to create and reinforce. And it's a boundary that she had already created, so that we can consider this reinforcement of the boundary. We got to look at all the possible options here, though. They live with her. And that's the complication here, is that mom is going to use that fact as ammo and say, I mean, hell, like they could get kicked out over this thing. And if they really need a place to stay until they can afford to have a place of their own, they have to endure a lot that they don't want to endure in order to be able to stay there. And this is one of those cases where the kids are in play here as well. So I guess you've got this situation where it's mom obviously has an alcoholism problem, and that is seriously no bueno, especially to have your kids around. Like, nobody wants to see that. That's a concession that I'm sure that you had to think long and hard about, and you really had no other choice to stay with her whenever you made the move, before you can have a place of your own, putting your kids in a situation with someone who has that substance abuse problem. But you also have the history to know how it rears its ugly head too. And hopefully, it's no concern. It's not going to affect the kids at all. It just affects you, hopefully. And the eye of Sauron is upon you with all of that. Hey, we hit the confetti goal here. Let me thank our friends here real quick. Willow Queen, Rune, thank you so much. Elise Newman, Gray-Eyed Misfit as well. Rome, Serenity's Turmoil. We've got Amber Dreams, Mandy Craft, Tony Spark again. Hey there, Tony Spark. Fly Girl. We've got Shady Jafari, Jillos, Amanda Marie. I'm going to screw this name up. ACA UTOR. A counter? I'm so sorry. A counter. Thank you so much. Sally, thank you so much. Overkill Mill. We've got Jeannie. We've got Candy Thunder Candy Thunder. Really, Tater. Candy Thunder, thank you so much. Mama Silver and Deet Amanda, thank you. I thought you already tried one and it was a dud too. No, you haven't. I was just letting you finish. You let me finish, read the thing there. Cool. Thank you guys so much for doing that. Appreciate it. Tony Spark, by the way, has been the master craftsman of all of the goals and celebrations here today. So we are not going to include the nasty ass thing that we included last time. We will never. The item that must not be named. We're not allowed to utter those words in the studio here anymore. So we're staying away from that. Okay, hang on. You want me to get the confetti loop going on? Bring it, man. Bring it. I had to step back a little bit. I'm like, he's going to shoot it. He's going to aim for my face again. This really is like the best possible confetti because it's not so tiny that you can't, that it's going to like get caught between your keyboard keys and stuff. And there's a lot of that too. I will wear it for a bit. Right in front of my... Perfect. Perfect. Love it. Now when I say words that end with like a sound, it's going to go flying. No, Bex, you're not allowed to. Yeah, we're gonna ban those words from chat. It's getting in my mouth now. It's hanging down to the point where it's getting in my mouth. I'm going to leave it there. I'm leaving it. Leaving it there. There we go. Leaving it just like it is. Okay, I'm going to set up the new one. Thank you guys so much for helping us achieve that. This is, the second or third time that we've done this with the Wednesday Lives, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. We're still reading stories. We're still doing the same kind of thing. We're just making it a little more fun and interesting here. Okay, this next one that I have to set up is 35 groundhogs. Got to find them groundhogs. Go on a hunt here. Where you at? There we are. Gus the groundhog. 35. And this is going to unlock what? Oh, no. Confetti cannon, and I'm going to read a story wearing the ascon helmet. This would be the first time that this has ever happened. We've got the helmet here. Here, hang on. Jesse, can you toss me that helmet? If you want to call it a helmet. Okay. This is the current ascon helmet that is in play here. I couldn't take it anymore. So this, I'll be attempting to read a story from. It did have what I think was supposed to be a microphone, like dangling out of it as well. It didn't look like a microphone, so I cut that shit off. So that may be in play here. Okay, so confetti cannon and astronaut helmet. Oh my goodness. Reading from that is going to be interesting. I'm trying to type and I got confetti all over my fingers now. That's fun. Okay, starting it off. There's confetti everywhere. It's under my mouth. It's in my keyboard. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Back to our story. Thank you guys again. That was a hell of a lot of fun. I think hopefully this isn't an issue for the kids at all, because if it is, that's obviously not a situation that you want to be in, and I would want to get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. Here's the danger of blocking your mom. If the eye of Sauron was upon you and you block her, it's got to go to someone. And there could be a proximity factor here where who's the next closest person. If you guys are living with her, you got your husband there and you got your kids there. Hopefully this doesn't become it rotates off of you and to one of them, because that would obviously suck. But you guys probably need to be ready to get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. Staying with her whenever she has this issue obviously isn't ideal. The communication thing that she has, I'm guessing, is just a byproduct of this, but you're dealing with both of it right now. And even before you lived there, you had to deal with it. The physical presence of having to deal with it is going to get even worse. So I would try to accelerate your plans to get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. Blocking her could have some unintended complications. That's my point. You are not the asshole for doing that. And I will NTA that officially right here. However, there could be some unintended consequences of doing that you need to be ready for. And you probably need to get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. That's what I'm thinking. What do y'all think? Oh, holy cow. We got some groundhog showing up here. Elise, Rosie, thank you so much. Kat. Let me leave ASAP says, honestly, I would suggest OP to move out ASAP. Agreed. Same. I think you get yourself out of that situation, get your family out of that situation as quickly as possible. Sadie, thank you so much for the mic. Amanda for the groundhog. Thank you so much. Bex, run, Forrest, run. Yes, agreed. Stephanie, Henrietta, thank you so much for the groundhogs there as well. Stephanie. Heck yeah, you're on top of it here. Serenity and Lisa, thank you so much for them as well. Stephanie Little sharing the live. Thank you. If you guys are just popping in, please make sure that you share the live and like it as well. We are on a mission for 300,000 likes for the live as a whole today. Is that right, Tony? That's the goal? That's the goal. We did hit it last week? Heck yeah. Oh, yeah. We hit it at the very, very end. That's right. Heck yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate that. In this story, This is tough. Definitely not the asshole for going incommunicado with her, but that's going to be, you can't block her if you live with her. That's the other complication here is that, yeah, you may have redirected her ire to someone else, but what's going to happen when she gets home and you're there? You can block her on this. You can't block her on this. I mean, you can go lock yourself in a room, but then what? It's going to be messy. It's going to be messy. LKP, Tony Spark is actually the one who receives all of those stories. I'm sure it is in his queue. I'm sure of it. Fane, Lisa, thank you so much for the groundhogs. Devil Dog, you as well. Just Mags with the Tiny Diny, thank you so much. Devil Dog, another groundhog there. Thank you so much. Alexis, Emmy Lou, Raven, Kat, Julia, thank you for sharing the live. Appreciate that. Yosha says, but I love your videos. What was the previous comment? Can't find it. There's too much. There's too much going on. Too much. Michelle, Charles, thank you for the gifts there as well. Runesia, cool name. Thank you so much. Fane, Lisa, thank you so much for the groundhogs as well. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are just great. Bex shared the live with more than 5 friends. Heck yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right, we're going to dive into our next story here. Let me make sure I'm on the right one. I've been scrolling around a lot. Yes. This is another follower submission. So as a reminder, OP, if you were in chat, I bet if I wait 30 seconds here, I may be reading the story with an ascon helmet on for the first time ever, and that's going to be interesting. With a beard. Either my beard's going to poke out the bottom of this thing or like flip up over the top. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Tova, thank you so much. Tony Spark wants it to happen real bad. Katie, thank you for the TikTok. Stephanie, thank you for the grab talks. Two away. I'm going to start. And then as soon as it happens, I'll throw it on here. Okay, this is a follower submission. Again, OP, if you are in chat, please at least know that you have the option of raising your hand. You don't have to. This is, am I the astronaut for cheating on my ex after he betrayed me with his best friend? Hey there, Reddit. I need your judgment on a situation that unfolded a while ago. Please help me determine if I was the asshole in this particular scenario. So, it was 3 days before Christmas, and I was in a committed relationship with my now ex-boyfriend. Little did I know that my world was about to be turned upside down. At an ungodly hour of 6:30 a.m., my ex called me, abruptly waking me up on a day when I had school. What he revealed during that call left me shocked and hurt beyond belief. As he spoke, my ex confessed that he had been intimate with his male best friend the previous night. Yes, you read that correctly, but that's not the point, just 3 days before Christmas. It felt like a devastating blow to learn that he had betrayed our relationship with someone so close to him, and on top of that, he chose to tell me on the same day I had important commitments. To make matters worse, I had already purchased his Christmas gift that very same day. The timing of it all was incredibly difficult to process, and I found myself grappling with a whirlwind of emotions, anger, betrayal, and confusion. In the midst of this turmoil, I made a regrettable decision. I sought comfort and validation from someone else. And yes, I cheated on my ex. Looking back on the situation now, I can see that my actions were not justified. Cheating is never an acceptable response, regardless of the circumstances. I should have confronted my ex about his betrayal, discussed our feelings openly, and decided how to move forward from there. Communication and honesty are key in any relationship, and I failed to uphold these values. I understand that my choice to cheat only added more pain and complexity to an already difficult situation. It was an impulsive reaction driven by my hurt and anger, but it was not the right way to handle things. So, I turn to you for your judgment. Am I the asshole for cheating on my ex after he betrayed me with his male best friend just days before Christmas? I'm ready to accept whatever verdict you provide and use it as an opportunity to grow and learn from my mistakes. Am I the asshole? Oh, we're there. We'll do the next one. We'll do the next one with the helmet on. Okay, thoughts about this. Jessica says, all cheaters are ascon ones. Situation doesn't matter. The tit for tat in this was definitely not the way to go, but OP knows that. And I think an important consideration here that may prevent her from getting to ascon 1 is that she knows it, she regrets it, and she's wanting to grow from it. So definitely the asshole. Yeah, and there you go. Rebecca's got it right here. I think it is in Everyone Sucks here. The tit for tat is never like, because someone inflicts pain on you, inflicting pain right back is not the way to go. obviously not the way to go. It'd also be interesting, though. There's obviously a lot of regret on the boyfriend or the ex-boyfriend's part here, too, because he called and confessed this. I mean, he obviously felt so terrible about it that he called knowing that it was right before Christmas and said, come what may, I've got to get this off my chest and let her know what happened. And who knows what the scenario was and how it played out and how that actually happened, but it happened. That's obviously, I don't know which is worse. Is it worse? I mean, we would need to know the scenario to know which one's worse, but generally knowing what we know right now, which one is worse? Is one of them worse, or are these on an even playing field of just terrible? I do think that we can definitely give the everyone sucks here. Everybody sucks in this story now. Raven says, once the other partner cheats, it's over in my eyes. Fane subscribed and became a member of the goal. Heck yeah. Jenny subscribed as well. Thank you so much for joining the storm. Appreciate that. You'll be a part of the sub-only live that we do at the end of this one. Kiramai says, I'd say it depends on if you plan to continue the relationship. Personally, I'd break up. No convo. Brittany, he cheated with his male best friend. Which doesn't really matter. He cheated. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter who it was with. He cheated. That's the end of that. Chunky Chick, thank you for sharing the live. Appreciate that. He cheated with his bestie. That's all we've got to say. Debatable how much pain they inflicted if the other person had already cheated. Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking at first. I was thinking, well, would he even care? Because at the moment, whenever he accepted what he had done, he probably in his mind knew that this relationship was over and was like, okay. And then when she cheated, he was like, well, I expected that, so I'm not hurt by it. He was probably still hurt by it, but he had more of an opportunity to mentally prepare himself for what was coming. She did not. Evelyn subscribed and became a member of the storm. Welcome to the fam. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. We'll have the sub-only live, and you'll get to be a part of the VIP group on Facebook, which is a hell of a fun group. Just because you know it was wrong doesn't mean that you aren't an ascon. Bez, I understand, and I agree with that. I think knowing and being willing to grow from it makes you less of an asshole than if you still know it's wrong and you're like, yeah, I have no regrets. Karen Stansberry in Shawnee, Oklahoma. It's good to see you. Big G, would you throw away a marriage if you found out about an affair 20 years after it happened? This is a good question. All OC had to do was break up with him, and then it's not cheating. Ascon 1. Okay. Captain Inappropriate makes a good point there too. If she had just ended the relationship and then done whatever, but it's like OP was trying to inflict pain here, seeking revenge. But it's definitely an everyone sucks here. And I can certainly understand how the cheating immediately gets you to Ascon 1 for everyone overall. The fact that she's willing to grow from it, I think, is the one thing that hedges against that. But we can go ahead and say, because cheating's cheating, everybody sucks here, and everybody's an Ascon 1 here. We don't know the full story behind what happened with the boyfriend. It doesn't matter. It happened. We know that even though OP regrets the actions here, they happened. And I think she's probably prepared to accept that Ascon 1 and know that it was a terrible, terrible thing to do. Just because someone else does something terrible doesn't mean that you should in return, ever. I know people hate it when I say be the bigger person, but in this case, you don't have to stoop to someone else's level. There's no point in slinging mud. Slinging mud never kept anybody clean. Know what I mean? Evelyn became a member of the storm too. Thank you so much. Amber became a member of the storm too. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Okay, that helmet thing's gonna go on. Okay, hang on. Wait, do I put the headphones on? Oh no, I gotta leave them on. I didn't test this with the headphones on. This is gonna be interesting. I may just have to go no headphones for this. Let's see. This is clearly made for my size of head here. Yeah. I wish. Does this thing go down? No. I'd put the visor down if I could. Of course, I wouldn't be able to read anything if that was the case. At least it doesn't cover my mouth, so I can still read stories. All right, we're going to do...
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We'll do all of this at the same time. So all of you who helped make this happen, Willow Queen, Devil Dog, Rooney, thank you so much. Ribes, thank you so much. Tony Spark, we've got Elise, we've got Henrietta. I inhaled... I don't know how the F that's even possible. I inhaled confetti with this thing on. I just coughed one out. Literally just coughed another piece out. It's like it's in my lungs. Look, my beard's like poking down here. Try to tilt this thing down. Regretting all of this. I feel like I'm straight up from like a sci-fi version of Monty Python. Like this is like the futuristic version of Monty Python right now. That's what I feel like. This is great. Mandy Craft, thank you so much. Fane, thank you so much. January 873, thank you. Flygirl 603, Tova the Dragon, thank you. Serenity's Turmoil. We got Mama Kristen Norm, thank you so much. We appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Thank you for making this happen. I know it's the most flattering look you've ever seen on it, too. My desk is completely covered with confetti now. Should come with a warning. Don't breathe it in. Do not inhale confetti. Get off my keyboard. Wow, this is a lot. This is a lot of confetti. Thank you guys so much for making that happen. Y'all are amazing. I gotta get my notes here to set up the next one. I feel like there's still a piece in my lungs now. I can hear it like rattling around in there, or feel it rattling around in there. Okay, we're gonna set up the next one. The next one is a shooting star. Let's see if I can find a shooting star. I swear, there's still more in there. I got confetti in my lungs. I never thought that would happen. I thought I was done with that phase of my life. Shooting star. Where's shooting star, man? Looking for the shooting star. Yeah, Tony Spark tried to kill me with confetti. It happened. Seriously, I could still feel like something's like right here. Right here in my chest. Trying to find the shooting star. I'm sorry. It's taken me a minute. We're gonna get there. I feel like I would have passed it by now. I'm lost, Tony Spark. Help me find the shooting star. I can't find it. What? How many coins was that one? Oh, okay. Gosh. There it is. Okay. Tony's going to read a story as the reward for this one.
And you can shoot me. I got extra confetti.
If I get to shoot you with confetti, you have to breathe it in. You have to be inhaling when the confetti is falling down your face. Okay. This is a low number one. Only 10 of these. We're setting up only 10 of these. Okay. My God, this is the most realistic astronaut helmet I have ever seen.
I got it from NASA, actually.
You got it from NASA?
Yeah.
It was the NASA liquidation sale?
Yes.
Well, it's because they're replacing it with all the Space Force stuff now. Yeah, I get it. Man. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read the next story with this on. Actually, I have a couple, or just one note for you. It's giving Monty Python, right, Melissa? Yeah, that's what I feel like. I need 2 coconut halves and bang them together. Run away! Run away! What are you going to do? Bleed on me? Who are you who are so wise in the ways of science? Yes. Candy Thunder, do you want to bring this home? There was the line. Candy Thunder says, what am I seeing here? I leave for 5 minutes. Like, yeah. Tony Spark tried to kill me with confetti, and I have this on. That pretty much catches you up. It's only a flesh wound. 'Tis but a scratch. You must first find us a shrubbery. When my dad was turning 50, Caden, who's my oldest boy, but he was like somewhere between 5 and 7 at the time, and we made a video, went and interviewed like all the people, a bunch of people from my dad's life and past, and had Caden, my little boy, like riding a fake horse, and we didn't have coconut hats, so we had like bowls or something. And did the gallop.
Is it an African swallow or a European swallow?
What is the average airspeed velocity of a swallow carrying a coconut by the husk? Okay, quick note before we jump into the next story here, and then I'll take this thing off. The Thunder and Spark podcast, parts 1 and 2, both will drop this Sunday. Make sure you're following Candy Thunder and Tony Spark on TikTok, because they're going to start posting some Thunder and Spark content on their own channels, and that is at Candy Thunder 1 and at Tony Spark _ if you haven't already. Be sure you check that out. Okay. Look, somebody just pulled up in front of our studio here, and our shades are up, so they're looking in the window like, what in the world am I looking at here? Move along. Nothing to see. Move along. Move along. Nothing to see here. Okay, let me see if I can pull this off. The ear things on this helmet make this just not work at all. Okay, we'll just read it without. Okay, this one is from the AITA subreddit, and it is, am I the astronaut for making my daughter choose which parent to have at her graduation, since her father and I are recently separated? My soon-to-be ex-husband and I have 2 daughters, an 18 and 15-year-old. This relates to the oldest. We're separated and have been for the last month. The girls mostly stay with me since I'm keeping the house, but they're free to spend time with either of us as they choose. My daughter's graduation ceremony is about a month from today. Now they made us confirm the number of guests early and also informed us that we're grouped together based on who we're there to see, meaning in this case, myself and her father would be sitting side by side. Now that car's backing up. Like, did we see that right? Back up and look again, man. Yeah, you saw it right. I'm not comfortable doing that. My lawyer even said I shouldn't be contacting him unless it's through lawyers. He's not dangerous, just what they always recommend. With all of this going on, I let my daughter know that she could not decide. I let my daughter know that she should decide which of us she wants to be there. I told her I'm not comfortable being around her father and that it wouldn't be appropriate anyway, so she should just pick. She got very angry at me, saying I am involving her in relationship issues. I tried to reassure her, but she insisted that I should just suck it up for a couple of hours. When I didn't back down, she called her father in front of me and told him he wasn't invited and asked if I was happy. Before I could respond, she told me that I was also uninvited and she's just going to have her sister come and just her. I've been trying to reason with her, but she said if I argue anymore, she just won't walk at all. Dang. Katie, you like it? Yeah. Okay. Candy Thunder's going ascon 1 on this one. It's like being birthed again, getting out of that helmet. Woo! I feel like I just returned from outer space. Woo! Yeah, so what's really weird to me about this is that instead of saying, hey, I need to reach out to the school, explain the situation to them, and make sure that we can sit in separate sections, which most certainly the school would adhere to, she said, I just won't go. Or one of us can't go. It's your kid. It's your kid. You find a freaking way to be there, or you put your bullshit aside and you sit there with both your mouths closed, or go through the lawyer ahead of time. Sorry, I got confetti flying around everywhere. Go through your lawyers ahead of time and reach an agreement to both keep your mouth shut and just focus on the child for that day. You let your personal bullshit get in the way here. And I get it. I get that would be an awkward situation, but there were other options. The first thing I would do in your shoes is get in touch with the school and say, hey, we legally can't be sitting together, so we need you to set us in separate sections. And they'd be like, oh, gotcha, get it. This is the 5th one of those phone calls we've actually fielded, and we have a plan in place for it. And they would have made concessions for you. Failing that, going another route to make sure that you both behaved during that time and you agreed in writing ahead of time if needed was an option. Not going or saying that one of you can't go should never be the option. Now you're punishing your child. Not an option at all. We're going to go ahead and fly you straight to ascon 1. Ryan says, yeah, right. Don't put your child in the middle. There are other options available that are more suitable. Agreed. Kay Dwyer says, thank God these kids are almost adults, because this would have been an awful scenario for them growing up. Agreed to that as well. Tia, thank you so much for the love for the voice. Appreciate that so much. Sophia says, Mom needs to get used to this new life. It's a big event. Ask on one. Yes. Agreed. Rebecca says, let your other kids sit between you and be proud of your older daughter. There's an option too. Didn't even think of that one. Heck yeah. There are so many other options. Saying that one of you can't go should have been at the very, 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 very bottom of the list, and should have been something that never came out of your mouth. If that was going to be an option, it's something that your daughter and your daughter alone should have been able to suggest. Not you. Not you. Ooh, Echo. Think how the weddings will go. Oh, no. They're definitely going to be throwing red flags at that wedding. Definitely. Oh, think about everything. Think about everything moving forward. And you're right. Thank goodness that they're almost adults, and you know they'll at least have some physical distance between them and this bullshit going on. But this happens with kids all the time. Kids get dragged into this crap all the time, and it's horseshit. Especially whenever there are clearly other options available here. Let me do a little bit of catch up right here. Angel, thank you so much for the lightning bolts. Appreciate that. Shaz, you, the lightning bolts as well. Rosie with the mic. Rosie with the panda. Gina, Angel, thank you so much. We've got, the heartbeat. Thank you. Sammy, baby. McCamey, Angel, user 767-559-375-750. With the love you. Thank you so much. Caroline, thank you. Sammy, baby, thank you. Michelle with the 23 lightning bolts. Thank you so much. Amber with the shooting star. Thank you. That's what we're going for right now. We're going for shooting stars. We're at 3 of 10 right now. Carolina, thank you for the heart me. Cat with the corn. Thank you. McCamey with a rose. Caroline with the TikToks. Caroline again with the, different Caroline. Carolina Matamoros with the lightning bolt. Thank you. Cat McComb with the lightning bolts, and Earth and Cloud Bread and Nachos. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Sexy Goddess sending some love through. Marlena, Sammy, Teresita, Hannah, Tony Spark with a shooting star there. KB just subscribed and became a member of the storm. Welcome to the crew. We're gonna do that sub only live here in just a little while. Lil Red, Jess Eyes, Kat McComb, Amber Hill, Happy, Hannah, McCamey, Frankie J's mama, Jill, Angie, Sarah, Karen Stansberry. We've got Shihirazada. Yeah, I butchered that name. I'm so sorry. We got Lil Claire, Rosie Parkins. We got Jill, Holly Jill Talk, Runesia, Fries Rosenberg, and Angie. Angel, thank you so much for that love coming through. Appreciate that so much. We're at 3 of 10 of the shooting stars right now. And if I didn't explain it, the shooting stars reward will be Tony reading a story. Tony Spark, you warming up your voice over there? What are you eating over there, man? Peanuts. You're eating peanuts before you potentially read a story? Bro. I just don't think it's time. Bro. That's like gargling gravel. Gotta prep for confetti. Dude. You need to go get some like hot water with honey and lemon. No lemon, I'm sorry. Hot water with honey. Soothe them vocal cords before you have to read a story here. You gotta prep the pipes, man. Ooh. Tony Spark just threw down the gauntlet. He said, I don't think they're going to get there. So he's going to be over there sucking on lemons and doing whatever he can to screw up his voice because he doesn't think you guys can get there. I think he just threw down a challenge. I just drank confetti. By the way, I'm completely going to go back and find that clip where I exhaled confetti twice in a row. Finding that. That has to be there. Kim became a member of the storm. Welcome to the fam. Love to have you here. You're gonna like the VIP group on Facebook. They're a fun group. Melissa, yes, gargling gravel. What? Jenny says that beard ages you. Time for a shave. I will never, ever. But Candy Thunder wants me to look at Candy Thunder already jumped in. She's like, yeah, Jenny, absolutely not. She does want me to do some beard coloring though. She wants me to color it in. No shave. Jenny chat's about to turn on you here. Good gravy. Okay, so on our last story, we flew OP straight to ascon 1. It shouldn't involve the kids. It shouldn't. Before we jump to the next one, be sure to like and share the live. Our goal is still to hit 300,000 likes by the end of this live, and we are sitting at 153.6 right now with still an hour to go. Wow. We've been moving at a pretty good clip here. Heck yeah. Heather Thompson, thank you so much for loving the live. Selena, the beard makes you. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Beard color it. We talked about doing some temporary beard color just to see how it went. I like the gray. I can't wait till my whole beard goes white. I'm ready for that. And white up top too. I'm ready for that. I'm ready to be like I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for there. Misty, Debs, Morgan, thank you so much for sharing the live. Appreciate that. Protect the beard. Save the beard. Oh, we've got another t-shirt coming now. Protect the beard or save the beard. It's going to be one of those. Kim Reed, thank you for sharing the live as well. Corinne, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Rasta colors, Big G. Heck yeah, I'm down. We could do some holiday colors. I'd be down for that. I have done the beard ornaments before. I don't think I've done beard lights. Maybe I have, but I know I have done the ornaments before. Still have them too. Sarah, Candy Thunder is in chat, and she'll be here for the VIP live here in just a little bit. Silver Fox. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Appreciate that. An all white Santa. Yeah. And I am planning on doing Santa this next year. And I found like the Christmas Chronicles Santa outfit, like the full getup. I have it bookmarked already and ready. I'm down. But that was when I had longer hair. I've got to start growing my hair out long again if I want to do that or rock the wig. Dorothy, I love how the dark color of your stash bleeds into your beard. It's like stripes. Yeah, I've got like a color only Fu Manchu going on, which is crazy. Got my skunk stripes. Shay subscribed and became a member of the Storm. Welcome to the club. Glad to have you here. Look forward to seeing you in the VIP live after the normal live. Oh, fear the beard, Morose. There you go. Confetti beard, Jill. Faux handlebar. There you go. I'll twist the ends. Okay, we're going to jump to the next one here. This is another follower submission. I'm going to get this helmet out of here. Coming your way, Tony Spark. Hey, good catch. Good. I mean, it was a perfect throw, so it was easy to catch, but good catch all the same. He said you're going to get it. You're going to return it to the Smithsonian, right? Yes, you're going to return it to the Air and Space Museum. That might have been the like the first helmet ever made or proposed. And then when they brought it up, they're like, bro, no, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Okay, so here's another follower submission. Again, OP, if you're in chat and want to raise your hand and claim your story, it's all you. Am I the astronaut for choosing my fiance over my best friend? I, 35 male, and my best friend, also 35 male, had a bad falling out 2 years ago. I'm going to call him Kyle. Kyle and I were friends for almost 20 years. We've been friends since high school. We had our ups and downs like any other friendship. During our friendship, we were inseparable. We had the same friend group, played the same sports, etc. But after graduating high school, we went our own separate ways. Like most people do, we continued to talk and tried to hang out as much as we can, but a lot of the times our schedules never aligned. Throughout the years, we had our differences, but in the end, we were like brothers. Fast forward, we had our own families and still kept in contact and tried to hang out whenever we had a chance. So this is when things got sour between us. My fiance, I'm not with my son's mom anymore, so now I have a blended family, had a bad argument, and I called Kyle so I can rant and blow off steam. I explained my situation, and after I ranted, I realized I was in the wrong. Kyle told me I wasn't in the wrong, she was. He also told me that she was toxic and I should leave her. I was extremely shocked. I would have never thought that he would say something like that. He never said anything like that before. He usually says I should take a step back and think about the situation, not jump to conclusions. He was a very understanding person and had the never give up attitude. At first, I thought about my relationship with her and thought if she really was toxic because we were going through a rough patch of our relationship. She was pregnant at the time and it was her first child. I hated the fact that I thought she was toxic. Kay, my fiance, and I worked it out and I apologized for my actions and moved on. Kay started to not like Kyle because he wanted me to run away from our relationship. I didn't blame her for not liking him, but she gave him another chance. Wow. Is there a reverse red flag? Because wow, number one, he told her what his friend said, which is surprising. And number two, she got over it. Wow. Kyle became more distant and started to not talk to me when his mom passed away. I tried to talk to him every weekend to check up on him and see how he's doing my best to be a good friend. We still hung out with our significant others, but the next day he kept on talking shit about her, saying she was very bossy and demanding towards me. I told him that she wasn't. The last day I talked to him was 2 years ago, and this is what happened. I asked him to come to my house to help set up the pool. Excuse me. He came over and he started to help us. Kay was helping us by reading off the directions. About 45 minutes into getting the pool set up, his fiancé called me and said she locked herself out of the house. He left and... Yeah, I read that right. About 45 minutes into getting the pool set up, his fiancé called me and said she locked herself out of the house. He left and Kay and I finished setting up the pool. I tried to call him and text him, but he ignored me. A month later, I tried to call him again to invite him and his family to go for a swim. Still nothing. I went on Facebook to send him a message and I didn't see him on my friends list. Found out he blocked me. I talked to his fiancée to see what's going on. She told me he didn't want to be friends anymore because Kay was too toxic to be around and he couldn't take it. He said if she's in my life, he doesn't want to be around. He wished me luck and that was that. I was so upset. I told him that if he had any problems to let me know and we can work it out. But he decided to leave and end our friendship. Fast forward to yesterday, May 18th, he texted me saying he's sorry and he missed me. He continued to apologize and yet bashing my fiance, saying he was berating me and saying that she was berating me and saying that she was bossy while we were setting up the pool and no woman should boss us men. Oh boy, you done it. You done it with that one line. You done it with the one line, boy. Oh man. I explained to him she wasn't. I defended Kay and I got everything off my chest. I also told him he took the easy way out and not talking to me about any problems he had. He burned down the bridge of our friendship. I told him we couldn't be friends anymore. I wished him luck. So am I the asshole for not accepting his apology? Hell no. And the one line sealed the deal. We're going to go ahead and send friend. Okay, so we got NCA for OP here. We're sending friend straight to ascon 1. You can't say shit like that, bro. You can't. You're an ascon 1 for thinking shit like that. Not just saying it. Like for the origin of thought that was okay. There is legitimately confetti stuck in my hand. It's going to be stuck everywhere. I'm going to be in the shower and confetti's going to fall out of my ass crack or something. It's going to be everywhere. A brofoon. This is a definite brozo move. This sounds like an Andrew Taint move. Dude. So I think it all came about the problem that he actually had with her. It is not that he thought that she was actually toxic for him. It's not that he thought that she wasn't right for him. It's not that he thought that there were actual problems that he needed to work through or get himself around. It's the fact that she had an effing opinion. And that his buddy was okay with it and he just wasn't. So, which tells you everything you need to know about who he is as a person. This line, I'll repeat it again just in case you missed it. This line, saying she was berating me and saying she was bossy while we were setting up the pool and no woman should boss us men. Boy, ain't you ever had a mama? I'm confused. Okay. If we dudes didn't have women to boss us around, this world would be in absolute chaos. I hope you realize that. Absolute chaos. I know my world would be. Like, dude. I don't know if OP is shocked. I mean, it sounds like he was shocked that he would say something like that, but he didn't specifically call him out for saying that thing. He just called him out for talking shit about his fiance in the first place several times. But the fact that it's like, I don't know if something changed in his friend's life, because previously he had the you can do it attitude, like see the mission through. And then some kind of switch flipped, and it might be a personal thing. It might be a depression thing. It could be all kinds of things that flipped the switch for him, where his worldview changed and he was all of a sudden like She's toxic. Get away from her. Instead of, yeah, man, work through your problems. Take a step back. Like, take a deep breath. Look at the forest for the trees, which is who he was previously. So some kind of switch flipped with this guy. Don't know what it was, but where he's at right now is not a healthy worldview at all. And if that statement is truly who he is, he's got much bigger problems. And OP here, no, you're not the asshole for choosing your fiance over your best friend. This is a necessity, man. If anything, like, this drug on longer than it should have. As soon as he had this outlook toward the person you chose to spend the rest of your life with, and it wasn't because of anything that she did, it's just because of his worldview, right then would have been the no contact. Right then. Like, you can't have people in your life who are toxic like that. It's a projection, I guess, from your buddy calling your fiance toxic when he's the toxic one all along. And it kind of seems like he got to a point where he's just poison. You can't have poison people in your life, man. They will infect you. And they will act as a dark cloud that hangs over you and casts a shadow on everything in your life. Everything. Tiffany Clay says he thinks all women need to be submissive. My story, he's not the ascon, but friend is. Yeah, he was in TA. Friend is ascon 1 for sure. And subscribed and became a member of the Storm. Heck yeah, glad to have you there. Michelle, thank you so much for the lightning bolts. My story with the roses. Thank you. Rosie Perkins with the 13 lightning bolts. That's my lucky number. And not because of T-Swift, just because it was my lucky number before then. Michelle with a rose. Uncle Johnny with sunglasses. Michelle with a rose again. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm bouncing all around. Tony Spark with the 12 lightning bolts. Thank you. Cassandra. Sarah subscribed for the first time and became a member of the Storm. Welcome to the fam. Glad to have you here. Eclair with the May calendar. Thank you so much. Sarah with the lightning bolts. Thank you. Cassandra with the rose. Cat with the rose. H. Lynn with the heart meat. Michael Jimenez with the pizza. Eviek with the heart meat. Thank you so much. Michelle Heather was subscribing and became a member of the Storm too. I might have already mentioned that, but I'm bouncing all over the place. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Casey, friend obviously is single for a reason. He's got a fiance. Dude has a fiance. They said in this story that his fiance called OP to say that she locked herself out of the house, and maybe that was the scheduled like rescue me call. But yeah, that happened. Kayla Jones. Every time Kayla pops in here, she does the Dusty Thunder. I'll do it back. Kayla Jones. McCamey, thank you for the tiny diny. And Valeria, thank you for the lightning bolts. Appreciate that. Tyler for the rose. Thank you. William, on the gift side of things, Tony Spark can probably give you the most amount of help there. Said he's William says, I'm extremely tech stupid. I have no idea how to give gifts. Is it bottom left?
It's the little gift box right next to the chat.
Little gift box right next to the chat button. Oh yeah, Echo. That is a red flag too. Fiance calling OP. Don't know what that's about. Maybe his buddy didn't have his phone or something, or didn't have it on him. So she might have tried to call him first and then called OP. It's interesting. Yeah, not for long with that comment, Victoria. You're right. You're right. Hey, who in chat had a chance to watch the Bree podcast? Parts 1 and 2 that were posted this past weekend. Bex, thank you for the reminder. Remember, guys, Tony said you guys couldn't reach the shooting star goal. So he's going to read a story if you get there. But look at it. I said look at him like you guys can see him, but he just kicked back over there. Alyssa subscribed and became a member of the Storm. Welcome to the fam. It's a lot of freaking content. The Bree part 1 is like an hour and a half, and part 2 is like an hour and a half too. It's a whole lot of content. You can watch Miss Sass. It is on YouTube if you want to watch, and if you just want to listen, I guess you could just still do that on YouTube. But it is out on all the podcast channels too, like Spotify, like the Apple podcast section, all the other ones too. My brain isn't working to think of them right now. We did, if you are in the UK, by the way, and have been trouble getting the podcast, not able to find it in the Apple podcast store, It is available now, or should be available now. We went into the settings and checked every box for every country that was possible to make it available. So hopefully we have that fixed now. Absolute Zero Ackerman saw it on the Tubio. Yeah, she did a really good job. She's got a lot of insight. And I don't know if you saw it. It was Bree, a.k.a. Sassy Merlot. Because Bree, who you would talk to now and be like, yeah, this is responsible, business-minded mom, was a villain in professional wrestling for a while. And her name was Sassy Merlot. It's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing. Sarah, today is your birthday. Happy freaking birthday. That is awesome. We need to get some birthday love up there for Sarah. Lightning bolts for her, guys. That's awesome. Anybody else have a birthday today? I think Tony Spark actually said that if we hit the shooting star thing, he won't just read a story. He'll sing happy birthday to anybody whose birthday is today. I'll play the trumpet while he sings happy birthday. Okay. We're going to go ahead and jump on to the next follower submission. This one is, am I the astronaut for no longer letting my mom watch my daughter for crossing a hard boundary? I can tell you right now, no. I, 27 female, have a 6-month-old little girl. Let's call her V for privacy. My husband, 28 male, and I work full-time, so we have our family help out with childcare. Sorry. I've been taking my daughter to my parents' house every Friday since returning to work after having a baby. My mother has known that I have been no contact with her mother, my biological grandmother, for 4 years now. Sorry, I think that confetti that's in my lungs down there is starting to tickle my vocal cords. Also, we're encountering that thing where every time I move my feet, it sounds like I'm wearing a diaper again because I'm standing on a pile of confetti. Don't mind me, y'all. Just my noisy diaper over here. We've had several conversations with her, letting her know under no circumstances was she to meet our daughter. Last week, I went to pick V up after work like normal. However, when I got to my mother's house, she was standing outside talking to my grandma, holding my daughter like it was no big deal. I know it sounds harmless, but my husband and I agree that if we are no contact with someone, that it also applies to our child. My mom doesn't see how wrong she is in this situation or why I should even be upset by this at all. She thinks I'm overreacting and has even told me that I can't. Oh, I got to quote this. She thinks I'm overreacting and has even told me, you can't control everything. And if she happens to come over here, I won't keep her from seeing V. My husband and I are holding firm on the fact that she crossed a hard boundary for us, and there are consequences for that. Now she's gone as far as to get her parents, my biological grandfather and step-grandmother, but they've always been like a second set of parents for me my whole life, involved, and they are all trying to guilt me into giving in and letting my mom watch her again on Friday while I'm at work. I don't want to cause major problems in our family as things have been going well for a while, but the trust has been broken, and I don't want to have anxiety about the possibility of my grandma showing up again because she knows my mom won't turn her away. Am I the asshole for not letting my mom watch my daughter after crossing a hard, all caps, boundary? Dang. Mel Bell, thank you for the shooting star. Tiffany Clay with a TikTok. Undergirl with a shooting star as well. McCamey Reed with the lightning bolts. Tiffany Clay with the TikToks. Thank you. We're at 6 and 10 of the shooting stars. Tony Spark. Better be warming up them vocal cords over there, bruh. Oh, man, that's awesome. Frankie J's mom with the tiny diny, thank you. Tyler with the heart, me, Cat with the roses, Sis Essentials with the cloud bread, Lois with the roses, thank you so much. McCamey Reed with the tiny diny, Valeria with the lightning bolts, Tyler with the rose, Jennifer with the 22 ice cream cones, Sarah with the lightning bolts, Holly Jill Talk with the TikTok, thank you so much. Sin Essentials with the lightning bolts, Sarah with the big love, Diana with the lightning bolts, McCamey Reed with the love you, Hunter Girl with the lightning bolts, H. Lynn with the big love as well, Cassius King with the roses, Alyssa subscribed and became a member of the storm. Did I scroll too far up? No, I don't think so. Welcome to the fam. Elise with the rose. Thank you. User 872. Lots of other numbers with the love you. Thank you. McCamey Reed with the fire and the lightning bolt. Mel Bell had the shooting star. Heck yeah. I think we've almost got caught up there. Jarby with the finger hearts. Bell with the finger hearts. Thank you so much. Theo with the shooting star. Heck yeah. Did we get there? Oh, I thought Tony Spark was getting up and I was like, oh no. Did we get there? No, he's going to get his vocal cords warmed up. He's going to get that hot water and honey. No, he says, no. Sarah, thank you so much for the enjoy music. Appreciate that. Becky with the cotton shell. Appreciate that. H. Lynn with the rose. Becky with a rose. Tabby the cat with the lightning bolts. Holly Cook, thank you so much for the rose. A. Smith with superpower. Thank you. Becky with an eye with the fire. Tiff Mace with the rose. Jenny with the rose. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. If I missed anyone, I'm very, very sorry. It's a lot to try to keep up with. Yeah. First comment I saw in the story down here, Tasha B197, Mama can't watch the baby anymore. Agreed. Once trust is broken, it is broken. You entrusting someone else to watch your child it's a huge deal. It is a huge, huge deal. And grandma in this case is like, well, I'm grandma. I can do whatever the F I want. And that's just the way it is. We have had a story like this before, and I want to say that it was a much different situation, and it stemmed from some beef way back in the day where one person had talked shit, and grandma said that she wanted the kids to have a relationship with this person, and Opie said no, and it's all complicated. There's no easy solution here. We don't know what great grandma did. It doesn't matter. Those are the boundaries. Tony, I really think I have a piece of confetti stuck in the back of my throat. It's like, it's going to make like a grass whistle sound here in a second, but it's going to be a confetti whistle. 9 and 10. Oh, look, we're there. Hey. You guys are awesome. Ava subscribed for the first time and became a member of the storm. Heck yeah. Welcome to the fam, Ava. Welcome to the fam. Let me thank our patrons right quick here. Mandy Craft, thank you so much. Katie Op, Hunter Girl, Amber, Rooney, Tony Spark, you contributed to your own fate here. We've got Sir Gotham Knight, we've got Nurse Kate, and we've got Theo. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Let me get Tony Spark up here. I'll set up the new one real quick. We hadn't determined what our thing was going to be here. What our reward. What would you guys like as a reward for the last goal that we have, which is 5 meteor showers? I assume that's as we step further up as we go here. I assume it'd be a big deal. What are we going to say?
I don't know.
Okay, here I'm saying chat's choice. We're gonna let them decide. That may be that may be a terrible mistake, but this is what we're gonna do. Okay, it's 5 meteor showers. We are gonna get Tony Spark over here to read a story. Nurse Kate subscribed and became a member of the fam. Thank you so much. We're at 264, 300 for the fam there, which is crazy stinking cool. Alyssa, thank you so much for the lightning bolts and for the heart or the love you. Hunter Girl with the lightning bolts. Awesome. Alyssa with the love you. Hunter Girl with more lightning bolts there. Emily with the heart me. Alyssa with the love you. Nurse Kate, welcome again to the fam. Queen Chewy with the heart me. Thank you so much. Dye the beard, Elise says. Dye the beard. Oh, that's what you want as the celebration for this one? Okay. No, not okay. Just oh gee, I'm gonna be careful how I say things here. If we get there, I will use a temporary dye on the beard. A temporary. If Candy Thunder consents. If Candy Thunder consents. It's chat's choice up there, but that's the first proposed thing. No, do not dye that beard, A. Smith says. Glitter on the beard. Glitter beard.
Free swag giveaway.
Yeah, I mean we could do a swag giveaway. We could do that. Figuring out like doing the drawing would be complicated. That's the hard part. Glitter beard. Do you have a Santa face? Let it go. Dude, you have a Santa face. Let it go, man. I'm thinking I'm with you there. And I want to grow their hair out wrong again. Wrong? The hair out long again. Yeah. And then I'll have to dye the temp dye. Words are hard right now. Don't know what's happening. I would have to temporarily dye my hair white as well, but I think I could pull it off. Okay, you guys, while you're deciding what that final goal achievement celebration is going to be, I'm going to bring Tony Spark over and we're going to have him read a friggin' story. Okay, here's your story that's up here, man.
Yeah, I don't want to read that one.
Well, you can't choose.
Yeah, I can.
You can't choose what story you're going to read.
That one's going to be yours because it's going to be a good reaction.
Okay. All right. Because he prepped the stories for today. He knows what's up here. So, but here's the deal. If you're going to read a story, you have to do your reaction to it too, right? And you've already read it, so it's not going to be a blind react, but that's part of the gig, man. It's part of the gig. Here.
I may have unwrapped confetti cannons over there too.
Hey-o, I'm down.
Crazy.
Yep.
I feel like I have nobody to be angry at but myself, considering that I came up with the live goals and I did this. So I don't know why you guys want this so bad, because this may be terrible. But thank you for all of the shooting stars, and we're going to give this a shot. And I am not Dusty Thunder, so this may not be great.
How does this work?
You twist the bottom of it.
Okay.
And I'm supposed to inhale, right when you shoot it, and that's how it works. I know. I sent one of the gifts, Janine. I kind of did it to myself too. Oh Lord. Okay, here we go. This is a follower submission, and it is, am I the astronaut for asking my brother and sister-in-law to get a babysitter? My brother, who's 38, got remarried 1 year ago, and about 6 months before that, they had a baby together. So my nephew is now almost 2 years old, and since the day he was born, has been taken care of while my brother and sister-in-law are at work by my 80-year-old grandmother and my 59-year-old mother. Now, of course, all grandparents love to babysit their grandbabies. However, they're babysitting him up to 3 days each and every week, and sometimes would even have him overnight on the weekends. My family has dinner at my grandma's every Wednesday, and it seemed like almost every time we were at dinner there, my mother and grandma would complain to each other about how tired they were and how much pain they were in from babysitting all the time. They both have arthritis. Everyone would talk about how much time my nephew is at either my mother's house or my grandma's, and my brother and sister-in-law won't even go to doctor's appointments or out of town at all, for the most part, unless my nephew is at their house. So keep in mind, my mother and grandmother have been doing this for almost 2 years now and have never said anything to my brother or sister-in-law, even when other family members have said, why don't you say something, etc. So I finally decided to step in and say something. I told my brother and sister-in-law, my mom and grandma are tired of having my nephew so much, and they are too nice to say anything to you themselves. So I suggested that a conversation be had with them to see whether they could actually handle, to see what they could actually handle, and then get a babysitter for the rest of the time. Well, my sister-in-law thought I was attacking her and said they were bad parents, which wasn't the case at all, and I even reached out to her via text to clarify and apologize for the miscommunication, but then she blocked me. We even all tried to have a family talk where she then stormed out of the room and refused to speak to us anymore. My brother that day even said he thought the new babysitter was going to work out because now my nephew was being socialized with other kids. My grandma lied and said she's never complained about babysitting, which I did warn them she would do because she does not like confrontation. Now, my brother and sister-in-law have taken my nephew away from my mom completely because I currently live with her, and because she was honest finally, and she said that she was tired of having my nephew so much. Now they are no longer speaking to us. Am I the asshole? Oof, that was a longer story than I thought.
Sped through it, bro.
I know. So, what do we think? Yeah, Tony Spark might have been a little nervous for that one, Emmy.
It's your first one.
I know. Usually I just read these in my head or I read them to the office. I don't even know how high up to scroll on this thing. Oh, so many new messages, so many things happening. I know, Lauren, I'm not Dusty Thunder. He's currently trying to get over the confetti that I shot at him.
You did awesome.
Not the asshole, not the asshole. There's so many comments. brother, not this asshole sister-in-law acted entitled. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I guess it's what does Candy tell you all the time? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Truth. But it sounded like he handled this as well as you could have, and it wasn't like he said they were bad parents or anything. He was just saying, hey, maybe we need to look at giving them a break or something. But yeah, I don't think. I don't think OP's the asshole here. Did I just tell myself I did a great job? No. I think that Dusty might be commenting. Dusty, wow. But yeah, I'm just over here patting myself on the back, messaging and saying I'm doing a great job. No. Dusty may or may not have my phone. He's probably over there recharging TikTok coins or something and about to just, Sister-in-law mad that they have to pay for babysitting. Yeah, probably. Dusty does have my phone, Natalie. I don't even. This is scary that he has it and he can. Yeah, who knows what he's gonna say. Hey, your viewers haven't dropped off to 0, so it's not that bad.
Hey-o.
Spending all of it. Yes. There aren't many left after that.
Cake or pie in the face.
Candy and I actually talked about that yesterday, Jill, that one of the things was going to be he might have to get a pie in the face on one of these lives. Thank you, Lynn. All right, I'm going to let Dusty give his feedback now, and I'm definitely where's the show you the likes at?
Overall likes, we're at 256.
Oh, we're so close to 300K. I mean, I kind of thought that we'd get it while I was reading it, but no big deal. Yeah, so I definitely can make sure that this is not going to be one of the punishments or / rewards because it might be more of a punishment.
No, you get more used to it, man.
There's a glitter.
You'll get more used to it. Yeah, you've got it all over you.
Tony should join the Longbeard Club. No, this is about it. It doesn't get much longer than this. There's confetti everywhere.
It really is. There really, really is. It is everywhere. Tony did great. It was his first one. Great job, Tony. You did a great job. Yes, very nice. My guy. You do a really good job reading. It is one of those things that, I mean, when you get up here with the lights and the camera and the 3 screens you have to pay attention to, there's a lot going on. Plus, you have people over here trying to, give you cues and that kind of thing. It's a lot going on, and it's easy to get wrapped up in it. But man, you powered through. Nice work. Which means, by the 100th time you do it, you'll be the old pro.
You have to scroll back up. I got your story a lot black.
Oh no, I don't know what story I'm supposed to be in here. Borat is here, Melissa. What is my wife? Okay, let's see here. Wow, I don't know what one I was on. Nope. Yeah. Yes, good call. Good call. ADHD powers activate. Yeah. So, I've done voiceover work for a long time, so I still read fast, and I still have a lot of people tell me that I read fast, and I consciously try to slow myself down, but it's tough, man. It is tough when you're reading and voicing. It is tough to slow yourself down. Morgan, a new subscriber. Heck yeah, welcome. How to access the VIP live after this one. We'll shut this live down. We'll set up a new one that is sub only, and you'll get a notification. So you'll get a notification as a member of the Storm, and you'll be able to just join right from there. I think other members who have joined one before, let me know if that is the case. Let me know. Back in the day, whenever I first started doing voice work for advertising, I got told that I read too fast all the time. Also, people read a whole lot faster in their head than they do vocally. So whenever we're writing scripts, we do a lot of 30-second commercial scripts. And a lot of people, when they send us scripts, you can tell if they read it out loud to time it or if they read it in their head. Because if I voice it and it's 45 seconds long, I'm like, yeah, they either read this in their head and timed it or read it like this. Yeah. I'm like, bro, it's Got to read it out loud at a normal pace, and then seeing where it goes. So if you ever have to write a script for a specific time, just know that you have to read it out loud at a normal pace, how you would want it to hear it, and that will determine the length. Hack. A. Smith Moira came out a minute ago. We'll see if she comes out again here. Okay, this is from the AITA subreddit, and this one is, am I the ascon for prioritizing my wife over my own mom on Mother's Day? I, 38 male, have been married to my wife, 36 female, for 12 years. We have 2 daughters, 10 and 3. We both come from divorced families, and all of our parents have since remarried, though my mom's second husband passed away a couple of years ago. My wife's parents are no longer local, but my mom and dad both live in the same metro area as us. I have a very good relationship with my dad and stepmom, and they are our sole support for helping out with the girls. My mom and I have an up and down relationship as a result of a lot of things over a lot of years. Nothing excessive, annoying stepdad, addicted brother or addict brother, grandparenthood, not meeting her expectations. My mom also doesn't come by content easily. Content. Okay. My mom also doesn't come by content easily. Of course I saw content. Hey, 300K likes. You guys are awesome. If we had more confetti cannons, we would throw them up in the air here. I'm going to have to do a bulk order on Amazon. You guys are awesome. He's gonna scoop all this confetti up and just throw it. My mom also doesn't come by content easily. After years of running around to try and accommodate everyone, lately I don't always put in the effort I should with her because often the effort isn't appreciated anyway. So for Mother's Day this year, I wanted to give my wife the day, but I didn't want to pressure her with coming up with a rigid plan. I asked her Friday if she wanted brunch or dinner made and to let me know what she wanted to do with her day when she knew. I mentioned that I would take the girls to see all their grandparents in the middle of the day so she could have the house to herself if she wanted the peace, or we could do something as a family. Again, no pressure, just let me know and we'll go and I'll make it happen. She tells me Saturday brunch sounds good. So Sunday morning, the girls and I run to the store for supplies, make brunch, set out the gifts. We eat and play for a bit, and then the wife mentions I could take the girls. So at that point, the wife's like, okay, I'm ready to be alone now. I get it. I call up stepmom and wish her a happy Mother's Day and ask if she's around. She is, so the girls and I stop by for a visit. Then I call my mom and I can tell by how she answers the phone that she's annoyed. I wish her a happy Mother's Day. A happy Mother's Day? That's where we're at. 436 brain is shutting down. Then I call my mom and I can tell by how she answers the phone that she's annoyed. I wish her a happy Mother's Day and I ask if she's available for a visit. She is at her sister's for brunch and won't be home until later when the 10-year-old has activities. Fast forward to Monday, and I get a text from my wife that my mom has sent a screenshot of my wife's post on social sharing about her day and told her she had a terrible day and didn't feel the love from anyone. So Reddit, am I the asshole for prioritizing my wife having a full day over doing something for my own mom? BC, it shall henceforth be known as Happy's Mother Day. Happy's Mother Day. He tried, she was busy. Jesselyn says, Jessica says NTA. We've got a bunch of NTA. He's called Zumbelli says NTA. What is happening at our front door right now? Somebody's using the reflection of our door to like primp themselves. I wish I could turn the camera that direction. I might. Somebody's like popping pimples in our door reflection. Hey! No, yeah, didn't do any good. He put no effort in. Maybe ascon for smothered day, like biscuits. Ooh, smothered day. He probably could have planned it earlier, but still NTA. Aaliyah says NTA. Well, hell, my phone froze the exact moment you said the Facebook post. Oh, okay. More confetti. We need to start reloading these somehow. I saw that. I saw that a lot of NTAs going on here. I think this all goes back to the relationship that they had before. I mean, it sounds like no matter what he did, she was going to bitch about it. So if that's the case, if you know no matter what you are going to do, it's not going to be enough and she's not going to be happy, she's not going to be content, then does that mean that you try to do more or less? If you have someone in your life like that who's not going to be happy no matter what you do, would you try to do more or less? Elizabeth makes a good point here. Active duty moms first. Your wife is an active duty mom. Make bubbles instead. Janine, yeah, bubbles is actually a pretty good idea. I'm hyper worried about it getting onto my gear. Got a lot of computer and camera equipment, and my audio board is sitting down in a rig down by the floor. I'd be like blowing all the bubbles away. NTA may be better communication, but he did make an effort. That was Frosted. Justin, I do, however, think that he should have planned ahead more personally. Charlie Diego says, plus the wife's day wasn't planned, so he accommodated what his wife scheduled. There you go. He gave his wife the day, and he also gave the wife the ability to audible throughout the day. And because of that, his schedule largely depended on what his wife chose to do. Now, if he had given his wife a rigid schedule, he would have had a better idea of what time window he was dealing with, but he intentionally didn't do that so that she wouldn't have to adhere to a rigid schedule on her day. In general, on Mother's Day, I agree with the assessment that it's active duty moms first. I mean, I think how most husbands treat it is that they are more focused on their wives first, and then moms and grandmas. Okay, so Tony Spark gave me an audible here. Speaking of audibles, we are going to audible this live goal that we have. We're going to edit this out. We are going to do 100 cakes instead. And he says we can do another cake story. Do you have another cake story?
I've always got cakes.
Oh, he said I always have cake stories. Okay, we're going to find it, man. We're going to set a new one here. I know there's confetti in my lungs, man. There's confetti everywhere. It's confetti in my lungs, man. Well, you know what? Thank goodness, because I almost had to temporarily dye my beard or some crazy stuff like that. So, okay. So we've got 100 of those, 100 cakes. Okay. The cake slice. Yeah. Okay. It started. Got it. Oh, now it started. Now the cakes are coming through. Revy, Holly Jill Talk, H. Lynn, thank you. Jenny, Denise, Olivia, thank you so much. Elizabeth, thank you for the roses. Appreciate that. Jenny, you as well. Kendra with the lightning bolt. Appreciate that. Amber with the lightning bolts. Jenny with the corn. Runesia with the finger hearts. Are you picking up confetti all the way over there too?
I think it's stuck to my shoes.
Stuck to everything. It's stuck to shoes as we're walking around here. Megan and Melinda, thank you so much. Runesia, thank you. Tabby the cat, Melinda, Jenny, Melinda again, Olivia, Jenny, Hunter Girl, thank you so much. Olivia Bell with the TikTok, Hannah with the crane, Jenny with the love you. Yeah. Okay. Let me thank our patrons here real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and start off our confetti. Emerald, thank you so much. Emerald Sea Mermaid. I can't see the whole name there. I'm assuming it's Mermaid. Emerald Sea Mermaid, thank you so much. Henrietta, thank you. Serenity's Turmoil. We've got Mandy Crash, thank you. Valeria, AK Mary. We've got Jennifer Baxter, Amber Dreams, Elise Newman, Hunter Girl, thank you so much. DB Cinder, Jenny Richardson, Hunting for Hannah, and the Meg Megster. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. That was fast. That happened. Yeah, people are like, yeah.
Fastest one yet.
Heck yeah, cake story. Give it. That's what they said. They're like, give it. You guys are awesome. Kat, thank you for the cake. Runesia with the cake as well. Daniel with the donut. Thank you so much. Frosted, thank you for the cake. Nijay with the rose. Kat with the rose. Just another photographer with 16 cake pieces there. Thank you so much for that. Just amazing with the 5 cakes. Thank you. Tabby the cat with the cake. Thank you. Just another photographer with 17 more. Hunter Girl with 4. Creepy Spice subscribe for month 2. Welcome. Glad to have you staying in the fam. We've got Tony Lynn. Oh, my messages are are covered up there. Tony Lynn, thank you so much. Zelina, thank you. Chunky Chick as well with the 10 pieces of cake. Zelina with the cake. Nurse Kate with the cake. Alyssa with the 10 pieces of cake. Oh my gosh, you guys just ripped through it. Belle with the cake. Thank you so much. Frosted with the cake. Laura Mills with the ice cream cone. You can't have cake without ice cream, can you? Personally, I prefer my cake without ice cream, but that may be sacrilege. TLS with the cake as well. I'm sure there are more I'm missing there, but thank you guys. You are incredible. You just don't know how much you mean to all of us. Legitimately. Thank you. I think as a husband, going back to Mother's Day story here, I think as a husband, the first priority is to make sure that you are making your wife, the mother of your children, feel loved. Obviously, your kids aren't going to step up and do that for you, so it is your responsibility. I know a lot of guys have the "you're not my mom" mentality. That's a brozo worldview that is going to end up in a legal custody battle. So, make sure that your wife feels loved and appreciated on that day. And I agree with prioritizing her first. It is important to also show that love and appreciation to your mom as well. And unfortunately, life gets crazy busy, and it's tough to show everyone the amount of love that you want to, but it's wife first. And in this case, if he knew that she wasn't going to be happy no matter what he did, in my shoes, or putting myself in his shoes, that would cause me to not try as hard. If I knew she was going to bitch about it no matter what it was, why would I put forth the extra effort when that wasn't going to be appreciated? And he said himself that she doesn't pass by being content easily. So I don't know, if you guys had someone in your life who wasn't content no matter what you did, would you do more or less? Eek, and eek. He took the "you're not my mom" route. I hope he learned. That was first Mother's Day, right? I hope there have been more. Amelia, welcome to the live. You made it. We're coming up on the tail end of it, but you did make it. Oh, Tony's calling another audible here. Okay. I legitimately have a piece like in the back of my throat that I cannot get rid of. It's like nested in my tonsil hole, and it's like, I'm going to live here now, like a hermit crab, piece of freaking confetti. It's going to be absorbed by my body, and like it's going to be like a pearl. It's just going to form around it. Good gravy. Okay, we are doing a new goal here. This is going to be 100 football. Don't start doing it until I said it, because then it won't count on there. And we have to get to 400K likes. Wait, is it a combo thing? It's a combo thing. Okay, so we've got football helmets. And you've got 100 football helmets there. Okay. So this is a combo thing where Tony Sparks says, if we can get 100 football helmets and get to 400K likes on the stream, Candy Thunder will pop in at the end. She will be here for the VIP, the sub-only live, but we'll get her to pop in at the end of the live and talk to you guys for a minute if we can get there. So we'll see how that goes. Visiting back here. Oh, yes, he learned, Ann. Okay, I'm glad you responded. He learned. Thank goodness, because that sucked. That's rough. Caroline, you don't do things for others with sole intent for gratification. That's a good point. That's okay. So with that in mind, would you? But it's about their gratification, right? When you're doing things for others, not for yourself. And my view on someone who wasn't going to be happy with whatever I did, no matter what I did, that would cause me to do less is more about their gratification. It's like, I'm not going to be able to make them happy no matter how hard I try here. So what's the point? If it was that kind of situation, I'm not in that situation, obviously, but that's just kind of where my default wiring goes to, where I'm like, if I am in this situation, there's no need to try to go way overboard, because that overboard is not going to, they're not going to enjoy it. Like that, there will be no fruit from that labor for them. And it is for them. You're right. It is absolutely for them, but if she's not going to appreciate it no matter what, that sucks. Michelle says, my husband never did anything for me. Our oldest is 22, youngest 6, but I don't for him either. As long as you have some kind of mutual understanding there, that's great. And you guys do you. I think, at least in our part of the world or in our families, I always try to make sure that Candy Thunder feels very loved and appreciated on that day. And for her, I can't remember what we did. I know we brought home breakfast. It's always a busy weekend. Always a busy weekend. We have some football helmets coming through here. Alyssa, Holly Jill talked with the lightning bolts. Thank you. Henrietta with the helmet. Amanda with the 10 helmets. Emily with the helmet as well. Candy Thunder says this is brand new information. Wait, what is brand new information? That I try to make sure that you are loved and appreciated, feel loved and appreciated?
No, that she's going to pop in and say.
Oh, okay. I was like, no way. Brand new information. Oh, she's just finding out that she's going to pop on camera. Yeah.
If we get there.
Surprise. It is serendipitous that you will just be here for the VIP live anyway. You might as well pop on camera and say hello to everyone. Amanda with the 10 helmets. Thank you so much. Emily Nicole with the helmet. Hannah with the helmet. Luna with the helmet as well. Luna Dragon. I can't say Luna like just Luna on its own because then our golden doodle is Luna. Gina with the helmet as well. Melissa with the helmet. User 55114. Lots of other numbers with the heart me. Thank you so much. Misty Duke, thank you. Creepy Spice, we love Mama Thunder. Yes, we do. Ann Bracker with the helmets as well. HLM with the helmets with 3 of them. Thank you so much. Gina Saucier with the 1 helmet. Thank you so much. Anna with the 10 cakes. Thank you. Football helmets and cake. Denise with the helmet. Hunter Girl with the helmet. Denise and Chunky Chick with the helmets as well. Caroline says you don't have to go overboard, but simple flowers would do. Some kind of token of appreciation. That's like it's a bare minimum, right? Hunter Girl with the 2 more helmets. Denise with the 2 more helmets. HLN with the helmet as well. Thank you so much. You get what you give. That is a good point there, Creepy Spice. Ari says, I was wondering how to submit a story. So you can submit a few different ways. You can submit a story at dusty-thunder.com. As soon as you land on that site, there will be a button that says submit my story. That's probably one of the easiest routes. You can also submit on the Dusty Thunder subreddit. And if you're part of the VIP group, you could submit in that VIP Facebook group. H. Land with the helmets as well. Navarro with the 5 lightning bolts. Thank you so much. Ann says age appropriate gifts from kids like drawings, etc. that they make themselves. Agreed. I think it's especially with the price of freaking greeting cards now. When I was younger, I don't know when this switch was flipped, but I swear, like 5 years ago, greeting cards were like $1.50, and now they're like $7. How is that possible? I don't get it. Oh, we are ready for the cake story? Oh, did you add it on? Bottom. My goodness. And do you have just like a repository? I almost said suppository. Do you have a suppository of cake stories over there, man? Tell you what, you got like 100 of them all racked up in a suppository? You keeping a bunch of cake stories in your bum, man, a suppository? Just give it to people with it. Pull one out every once in a while. Repository, not suppository. Jessica, your custom cards. If it's a custom card, yes, absolutely. And I think at this point, you might as well get a custom card because what you pick up from the rack at Target or anywhere else is like $7 now. It's crazy. Okay, we've got the cake story that you all unlocked here. So this one is a follower submission. Before I do that, Jonathan subscribed for the first time and became a member of the Storm. We are at 269 to 300. Y'all are crazy cool. 58 to go for Candy. Oh, 58 to go for Candy Thunder to pop on? Candy Thunder, if you're not en route yet, you better start heading this way. That's not the way my water goes. It goes that way. Eventually, this piece of confetti that's stuck in my throat is going to work its way like out my sinuses, and I'm going to pull it out of my nose someday. This is, am I the astronaut for telling my husband to suck it up and bake the boring cake? My husband is a very good baker. He mostly bakes cakes, but they aren't your average cakes. He likes to combine really unique flavors for creative and adventurous combinations. For example, peppers and chocolate, basil and lemon, etc. All of our family and friends are always asking about his recent creations, and they always want him to bake something for every event. His cakes have become a bit of a local legend. With Mother's Day coming up, we invited both of our mothers over for Sunday lunch and, of course, one of his famous cakes for dessert. Now, even though my mother always talks about how good his cakes are and how much she loves them and hopes he's baking one, she hasn't actually tasted very many of them because she's quite a picky eater. She turns up her nose at pretty much any flavor other than chocolate or vanilla. She does, however, love his cake when she is willing to taste it. As we planned our Mother's Day menu, digging through recipe cards and baking notes, my husband kept throwing out flavor suggestions that I had to veto because I knew my mother would not like them. After 5 or 6 rejections and my reminding him of my mother's taste preferences, he became frustrated and made an executive decision that we are never cooking for my mom again because he doesn't want to make boring ass food. Feeling a bit insulted on behalf of my mom, I told him to suck it up for one day out of the year and bake my mom a boring cake. That made him angry because apparently telling him to suck it up is stupid and disrespectful. I, however, don't feel like it is any more disrespectful than wanting to bake someone a cake for them and for their day that is a flavor that you know they don't like. I mean, I wouldn't bake him a cat poo cake for his birthday. Am I the astronaut for telling him to suck it up? Hey, Candy Thunder just walked in the door, everybody. Hey-oh. Lightning bolts for Candy Thunder.
44 to go.
Turn your speakerphone off.
44 minutes to go. We hit the 400K likes though.
We hit the 400K likes? Holy crap. Nice. Good job, guys. Heck yeah. With lightning bolts for Candy Thunder up in here, they're already flooding chat. So the specific question here is, am I the astronaut for telling my husband to suck it up and bake the boring cake? No, because we'll go ahead and make this official. No, not the asshole for that. It is when you are baking, when you're cooking, when you're creating anything that is for consumption, you are not doing it for you. You're doing it for the person that it's for. And especially if it's a particular event that is for a specific person. Christine subscribed and became a member of the Storm. Welcome to the fam. If it is for a specific event for a person or for a couple of people, you have to cater to their taste, right? If this was her birthday, would it be any different? It might as well be. It's right up there with it. If it was her birthday, would he then concede to make the boring ass cake? Or would he still demand to do something fun and creative? And I understand wanting to do something fun and creative because that makes him passionate about it. And if he's passionate about it, he's going to do a better job and he's going to enjoy doing it more. He obviously doesn't want to do it if he's not going to be passionate about it or be doing something in his eyes that's fun. So why can't he do both? That's my question here. If they're having both of the moms over for this event, why wouldn't they do both? Why can't he make some fun creation and also make a safety cake? And maybe that's the play here. Maybe so he can still do something fun, he can create one, but there needs to be that safety cake there because by experience, from experience now that the only thing she's going to like is going to be something simple. So, Morgan says he's being selfish and pretentious. Agreed. Like he needs to back off of this. I understand him wanting to have fun with it, but saying that he is never going to bake again, kind of threw a little bit of a toddler tantrum there when he didn't get his way. It's because he's passionate about it. I understand that, but I think he needs to concede to making the boring ass cake. He can do another one if he wants to do something fun, but he's got to make the boring ass cake too. He's got to do it. And telling him to suck it up and do it, there's nothing wrong with that. He needs to suck it up and do it. It's that, or you end up having to order a cake from somewhere, and how butthurt is he gonna be if you end up ordering a cake from somewhere when his cakes are local legend? Maybe that's the boundary too. Maybe it's, hey, suck it up and make the boring ass cake, or I will order it from somewhere. there will be a cake from some other cake maker in our house. How you going to feel about that? Your pride going to be hurt a little bit? Yeah? Back in the game now, Dad? Thought so. Maybe that's the play. Cupcakes with multiple flavors. She could make the boring cake, Holly says. She could. I think it's the tantrum. I think that's the problem here. Where it's like, I'm never cooking for your mom again. Ever. Ever. Dude, come on. Not everybody likes everything. You have to cater to people's tastes. Here's a question. What if her mom, in this case, had had COVID affected taste buds and only one flavor tasted good to her? As you know, I'm looking at Candy Thunder across the room. That's where she's at, and only a limited number of flavors taste good to her right now. So, if that were the case, he would certainly, I would think, be more understanding. So it's just him throwing a tantrum. He's got to just suck it up and do it. Got to just do it. It's almost cake time there, Nursey dear. Oh heck yeah! Make a double batter. Cut the batter in half for the mom and half with the extra stuff added to it. There you go. You can make both. Make them, even if it's a half and half, you can make both. Hazel Love says, why do I feel like he would pitch a fit if she made the boring cake? Yeah, it's the same logic as ordering a cake, right? If there's a cake from someone else when his cakes are the local legend, I'm sure he's not going to like it. He's not going to be happy about it. We're at 77 of 100 on the football helmets right there. Sammy Baby, thank you so much for sending those in. Appreciate it. Silver with the football helmets as well. Brittany with the lightning bolts. Tony Sparks sending another football helmet there. He's trying to get Candy Thunder on camera here. He's trying. Tammy with the rose. Frankie J's mom with the lightning bolt. Thank you. Alyssa with the lightning bolts. Jenny with the heart me. Megan with the helmet. Thank you so much. NJ with the heart me. Jenny with more helmets there. Dark Evil Fairy with the 4 roses. Appreciate that. Melissa Riffle with the bolts. Thank you. Blue Easter with the bolts. Dark Evil Fairy with the heart me too. And Christine, I think I mentioned already, but welcome to the fam. Welcome to the fam. We are at 5 o'clock here. We better we'll keep it going for a few more minutes and see if we can meet this we're at 80% completion of the live goal here. We can get there. Henrietta joins the fam. Welcome to the storm. After this live ends, then we'll reset. I've got to throw a different lens on the camera, and we've got to get it ready for Candy Thunder and Tony Spark to come jump on, and then we'll start a new stream that will be sub only, and you members of the storm will get a notification for that. Stephanie Lamb says, I want to see Candy Thunder. Jill, thank you for the football helmet there as well. Appreciate that. Kim sent 2 more through too. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. Christine sharing the live. Thank you guys for sharing and liking the live. Very much appreciate that. We're almost at 420 likes. There it is. 420.3. Smoke them if you got them. Smoke them if you got them. How would he handle allergies? Zoe says. Good point. It's kind of where I was going with the whole COVID taste bubs. COVID taste buds. Hey, look at that. We got there. Heck yeah. She's shaking her head like. Love it. She called us assholes. I'm ASCon 3 by default, remember? That's my floor. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Candy Thunder! Yeah. Hi, babe.
Hi.
Your hair looks great.
Hi. Oh, hey. I only straightened the front, but not the back. It's natural in the back. I ran out of time.
I am a big fan. It looks very good. I'm going to lower this down for you. You're covering you'll have to step up just a little bit.
Okay. Hi, guys. Aw, I love you too. I am running around like a crazy person trying to get here. Trying to get Navy's nap, and Ava picked up from school, and yeah, I made it with 5 minutes to spare. Ooh, that's rolling fast. Oh, thank you, Liam. That's so sweet. I'd literally just finished it, on the car ride over.
Didn't go very far.
Yes, this shirt. I ordered it because I thought it was absolutely perfect.
The real talent has shown up. Captain Inappropriate. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the hair comments. But I do have to say that my hair is like naturally curly. So I only curled the front pieces and then left the back like it's very wavy.
Navy Thunder, her hair is the same way. Navy Thunder's hair gets crazy curly.
Yes.
And we do the thing where you can put like curl define stuff in it after a bath. But if you like scrunch it in,
Yes.
she has corkscrew curls that are just adorable. And she doesn't get it from me. She gets it from Mama's side.
Well, and my mom has like spiral ringlets, like crazy curls. You guys, we'll have to post some pictures of our moms.
Yeah. Hey, Nicola, I think we've got it fixed now. I think we've got the podcast in the UK fixed now. It was some settings that needed to be changed on the Apple side. We think we have it fixed. Hopefully that trickles through on your end.
Oh, you guys do not want to hear me sing Happy Birthday. Dusty is the musical one in this relationship.
She is the voice of an angel. Don't let her lie.
No, I don't.
The times that I have heard Candy Thunder sing, she has a beautiful voice. Very self-conscious of her voice, though. Like, won't even sing in front of me. And why do you say that is?
Because you sing really well.
No, that's not what you say. You say because I'll be judgy.
Oh yeah, he's judgy. He's a musical asshole.
What is that?
That sounded terrible.
It's like an asshole kazoo. Y'all think you have mastery over instruments.
When I'm
a musical asshole.
when I'm in the car and I'm singing Taylor Swift, I am damn good. Like I rock that. Whenever, yeah, like I probably should win a Grammy for my car performance.
Oh man.
Somebody asked about the tater comment.
Yeah.
So I remembered last time when we were talking about it, I used to call Ava Tater Tot, and so he started calling me Tater, and then Ava was Tater Tot.
I don't know that I can sing in a Moira voice. I'll have to practice that first. It's Oh Danny Boy. Isn't that what she's saying? I'll practice it. I'll work on that one. Singing for the kiddos on the way to school. That's what you do, right?
Yeah. Well, Dustin actually takes
I don't know who Dustin is, but yes,
Dusty takes Ava to school, and I guess I take Navy.
Here's the thing. Candy Thunder isn't so much of a morning person.
I'm a midday pigeon. That's what they call it.
Midday pigeon? Is that a thing?
Yeah. I'm like a noon to noon kind of person.
Carpool karaoke with Candy Thunder. I'm down. And we've got some suction mounts where we could actually film this pretty well. I'm down. I can rig it up with multiple mics. We could do this. We could absolutely do this.
There's someone.
I now need a video of you both to have a video of just you two singing.
I don't know. Yeah, it would. That would go in the Dusties for like a worst performance.
Worst idea. Worst idea ever. A midday pigeon.
That's a thing, right? I've seen that. I saw that somewhere and I was like, that is who I am.
Yeah, I'm
not a night owl.
Midday pigeons, PJs unite. BC says, there you go. Angel, I'll mic her up. I'll hide a mic in there and I'll catch her singing. What is your favorite song to sing? Or is it an artist?
It might be an NSYNC song. The one I was singing in the car the other day. I was hardcore NSYNC, like 8th grade, 9th grade. That was my jam.
I look completely different without headphones on. I'm not sure what to think. Not sure what to think about that. I'll start wearing headphones everywhere I go.
Yes. There's a song called what is that? Oh, it makes me ill. That's a song,
yes.
An NSYNC song, and I love it. No,
DeAndre, yeah, you can actually find that on the website at dusty-thunder.com. I think it's on the contact page. Opposite of a mourning dove. Bye.
Nope, not rude at all. Dusty is 41, and I am 36. I'll be 37 in August.
She was just a wee baby whenever we met.
Was that?
You were not even 18 whenever we first met.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't date then. We just worked at the same place. Celine, thank you. Appreciate that. You're a night vampire. I am a night owl too. I do a night shift almost every night, and that's whenever I get the majority of my shit done. I really focus in at night.
I am a Leo. I'm August 16th is my birthday. Dustin is February 10th. All the August babies.
Sammy baby, yes, 41.
Our parents were very happy during the holidays.
Does he do the Moira voice at home? I do.
Yeah, sometimes.
I do lots of voices all the time, though, and really don't control them. Maybe not as much since Navy's been more like aware. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it is multiple personalities that they just take control, though.
Yeah.
First child due August 29th. I'm sorry that was moving so fast.
Yeah, somebody said that they were a Leo married to an Aquarius. Yeah, there's actually Leo and Aquarius. I mean, I guess I read once that it was a good match, so.
Age of Aquarius. Aaron, congrats on your first child. August 29th. Some really good people are born in August.
Yes. All the babies.
Nightwalker. There you go. Heck yeah. Leo and Aquarius is a great match. Well, good.
That was one of the things I read, but I think anybody can really put anything out there and
That's
it applies
probably true.
to. But the article that I read was pretty spot on for both of us.
We balance each other well in most ways. Okay, we need to go ahead and wrap this up so we can start the sub-only stream. So give us a few minutes to get set up for that. And then if you are a part of the storm, you'll get a notification whenever we go live with that sub-only stream. So it'll take about 5 minutes to get everything set up here.
Navy Thunder is 2, by the way.
Just turned 2.
Yep. Just a couple weeks ago.
And it's like she turned 2 and automatically became like way more opinionated and grew a foot and now is a lot more independent but clingier at the same time. It's really weird. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. Let me see here. Yeah. Whatever I was looking for, I can't find it real quick. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. You guys rocked it out today, helping us out. Meech. We did determine, we found a new name for a chip cracker over the weekend. It's called a chacker. We came up with that.
So many new chip crackers.
Yes, so many new chip crackers. They're chackers. You guys rocked it out today, helping us meet so many goals, and we love you for all the love that you show us, and love that you support what we do here and allow us to keep doing stupid stuff and having fun. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you all next Wednesday on live. We'll have another live on Monday or Tuesday night. And Tony Sparks got his broom to clean up the confetti here. Okay, we'll see you shortly for the sub-only live here. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Appreciate it. We'll rock out to the music on our way out.